Hi, Joseph. Hi, Justin. Hi.
Y'all can key in whatever questions you all have for any of these our panelists today. There is a chat function.
We have one of our former panelists who's also attending. So see, a former panelist also attending. Hi, Aaron, our former panelist.
Okay, when you are typing in, just remember to put it to everyone instead of just to host and panelists. On the chat group, there is a button, post it to everyone. Okay. Wow. Hey, Bjorn, you perm your hair?
Never perm, original, just make recently only.
I also want to make.
Yeah.
You don't bluff, you come nearer. Yeah, bluff me.
Really, never perm. I really never perm. No, I sure say I perm one. I won't anyhow one.
Natural curl, or you got a fan already. Jennifer, who is your natural curl?
Yes.
Korean.
Jennifer, do you think? Okay, let's do a vote right now. Do you think that Bjorn looks good in this current hairstyle? If you think yes, can you please type 2? If you say no, can you please type 1?
Real
2
talk.
if it's a yes, 1 if it's a no. Oh, Eugene Cole. Hey. 2. My phone also say.
Hey, 2 is what? 2 is not good or good?
2 is good.
Oh, 2 is good. Hey, you better say 2 But lose me, Brian, can we go?
Oh, Coach Call is also in the house.
Personal, son.
Oh, personal.
He also cute. He also.
Yeah, you look cute one. Yeah, you do more. Yeah, really, okay lah. Yeah, I lose him. Really, I lose him. He's cute already, man. Ultimate already.
Confirm 2. Well, I just received a WhatsApp message. Why today's panelists? Why the sperm be so strong? I'm still thinking of that. Yeah, so unfortunately, today's is an all male telecast. Hey, maybe one of the episodes are beyond. Just an idea. Maybe we do an all female cast.
All female cast. Hey, cool. Okay, I don't mind.
Female cast,
Yeah.
You don't mind,
Our next episode. I mean, next episode, we do all female.
Yeah, maybe we should get one episode where Celine also comes on the camera instead of just hiding behind the preeminent sign.
Yeah, don't sabo people, I tell you.
Oh, later she angry, she just switch off the Zoom, we all GG. All right, so at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking your time off to attend today's Season 2, Episode 4 of Preeminent Group's Real Talk. I am your Program Director, Leon, and we have, of course, on stage with us, or rather at home with us, wherever you guys may be, we have our Chief Moderators, Bjorn, Chua, and our Founder, Kevin Lim. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. Can you all type if you're ready to start, ladies and gentlemen? 金牌.
Thai as.
สวัสดี
Hey, Leon.
Yes.
This angle, you look like who, you know or not?
Who?
You know the boys to men, the botak.
Justin Mission.
Justin Mission.
A bit look like that, really a bit look like that. But your face beat him a bit lah. His one very more pink, your one not more pink, your one smooth one.
If you look from behind, Lagi look the same.
Yeah, behind of course no need to say lah.
Even he himself say look like he went out.
You really look like that. Hey, you must say, hey, gentlemen.
Oh, hey, gentlemen. You see that tree over there? That tree falling. Go there and support the tree.
No. Y'all saw he acted the other one, the Tiam era, but got hair.
Tiam era 2 Era 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, he acted as the umpire, but then he put hair.
He wore a wig lah.
Yeah, he put wig lah. Funny.
Wow, who is this that says save shampoo and haircut price? Avim Lau. No here.
No lah, Jennifer lah.
Jennifer Lee. Oh, Jennifer.
But okay. Oil must shave
every day must shave.
Okay, today we have these few gentlemen to share. Time is of essence. So Leon.
First up, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause. If you like this cute face from far, ladies and gentlemen, can you please give a warm round of virtual applause to Mr. Avim Lau.
Hello everyone.
Oh,
not you lah. I mean, today, 他们是 real star. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce all the way from Pasir Ris 8, Mr. Eugene Cole of the Go Green Cayman.
You don't even say Pasir Ris, lor.
I stay Bukit Batok.
You don't even stay Pasir Ris, hello.
Pasir Ris 8. Okay, never mind. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the, wow, he's damn cute from far, but then up front in personal, he's even cuter. Roly-poly. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Ignatius Ng.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, next up, wow, this guy has a huge chest. Maybe he can compete with Bjorn. Bjorn, come compare chest with him. Marcus Poon, can you please compare your chest with Bjorn Chua? Wow, why?
Hello, everybody.
Can bounce one can bounce one Okay, 我们的暗暗小王子 very quiet sitting there, but then every month still can hit 6 figures. Ladies and gentlemen, Ng Fu Xing.
Hello, everybody.
哇，福星，我们今天有福星啊，邂逅。I think your friends like you around because your name is like really well.福星。
Who's phone? Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to hand the session over to our moderators, our co-founder, Bjorn Chua, and our founder himself, Mr. Kevin Lim, to have it over. Take it over, please.
Okay, good. Today, we will want these 5 gentlemen or anyone. So guys, feel free to type questions inside the chat box. Remember to put it to everyone instead of panelists. Okay, so we have got 5, 2 on my left and right, 1 below me, and the other 2 at the bottom here. Okay, who want to go first? Come, 选我. Come, who want to go first? That's not the way we trial run.
Okay, I tell you what, today we choose who's the youngest in real estate one to go first
Oh, new bird go first.
Newest bird. Who's the newest bird here?
You know, who's the newest bird here? Who is less than 1 year?
Don't have.
Less than 2 years.
Yes. Like have already. Hey, Ignatius. Hey, man. So I want to hear from you. Like, okay, how do you actually get started in real estate?
Okay, so I was Googling, interesting things, including real estate. And then interestingly, Alex Lim's career opportunity talk popped up. And I think that was in May of 2019. Yeah. And so I said, okay, let's go check it out. So I reached out to him and then arranged and I attended the talk. And of course, he was sharing with, everybody how you can make good money and how they...
You mean our COT?
Our COT, yeah. Your COT.
You were from our COT. Oh, correct. 2019 batch.
2019 May, I went for the COT. And then it was very inspiring. Of course, the opportunity to earn money is always inspiring.
Do you remember who were the 2 speakers that were featured?
Gina.
Gina.
Yeah.
And who? Only Gina?
Trisha Chong.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it was very inspiring, right? And then after that, got some time after the session to speak to Alan, who's now my upline, Alan Kong.
Alan Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
I didn't know anybody. So I just
newly formed division.
Yes, correct. We're the new babies in town. Yeah, so then of course you were telling me all about the industry. Then I think the big carrot was you could use SkillsFuture to pay for entry. So I thought, hey, $500 can use, I might as well do that, right? So so I did, and then I took the exam in October, and I got my license in December of 2019. Yeah, so I thought, okay, that must mean this industry is the right one for me lah. So that's how things kind of fell into each other, and I came into, and I didn't know of any other agency because I came for the ERA COT, met up with Alan, and then it just progressed from there, and I joined Alan as a member.
What was your impression of Preeminent Group? I mean, of course, now you're on live. You sure say good thing one lah.
Yeah, of course I sure say good thing. I'm still here, right? I think it was very impressed. I did spend a good number of years. I might be the youngest agent, but I'm probably the oldest here.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm 54 this year.
Younger than me, you still have more hair.
You don't look 54, bro.
54.
If you pull hard enough, I think you will see the weight come out also.
Not bad.
You're kidding us, you 54.
Like 30 something only.
Yeah, chubbiness helps, I think.
Oh my God.
So I did spend quite a number of years in corporate and sales and marketing, always working for someone. So I thought, if this is the right way, and if the path in the beginning is smooth, then it tells me this is, my entry into doing my own business right? So it turned out to be the case. And
so what was your impression? of the group?
Impression of Preeminent. First impression was really good because I've seen a lot of leaders and presenters and Alex. And it was not the only COT I attended. Every month, there is a COT, right? There was one, and I was invited, and therefore I attended. That was even before I took the exam, lah. So I heard from quite a lot of speakers, and I said to myself, wow, this guy is a lot of leadership. He's so willing to share knowledge and pull people together. It was very evident the kind of teamsmanship, within the organization. So that impressed me a lot because I've seen my share of corporate people who only talk, their leaders because they can button up to their boss better. Very positive. And till today, it still remains a very strong, very positive impression. So
it's so positive that you jump into the business. You say you got your license in November.
Yeah, in December. Yeah, correct. I did the exam in October of 2019. So I got I passed, and then I did then of course Alan said, okay, let's register, and I did all the stuff and I got
so you're official and agent in December
of 2019.
And then was it as rosy, as good as you thought it was, or it was better?
Okay, well, it wasn't a bit of roses, I would say that. Because I joined in 2019 and I did everything, right? So I tried to do everything. I joined the core team, to learn about.
Okay, when you say you try to do everything, can you really break down what is everything to you?
Yeah, everything is from HDB to rentals to everything lah. So when they said, okay, the Ola project is launching, and so let's do the Ola, right? EC. Let's go and do door knock. So I went to do door knock because I'd never done it before. And then they said, okay, let's go and do flyers for the M. So I also went to do flyers. So my thought was, since I'm new, I need to try everything and slowly find my footing, what I do well in.
So fast forward today, do you think that thinking is correct or wrong?
That thinking is correct because now I know I suck at hyping, I suck at door knock.
Oh, you stuck at hyping and door knock?
Yeah, I mean, I went for my door knock at, I remember very vividly, Fernvale Link, right? It was just two of us, me and another guy. Okay, his name is Lawrence Chia, very solid guy, right?
Lawrence Chia,
And we went for the door knock, and then after the session, he had 7 leads, I had 0. Then I was thinking, what's wrong, right? And I only got my 1 lead when I was heading back to the car, going into the lift, and this guy turned out.
But honestly, now looking back, honestly, if you do have an answer, what's wrong?
I don't know. Maybe too old looking, too chubby. I don't know. Just
you look like 30-something years old.
Or maybe my approach was wrong, maybe coming on too hard, too eager.
Really?
I don't know.
I mean, did you debrief with Lawrence or not? Like you said, your approach was wrong. So
I didn't know him.
Approach be?
I didn't know him that well at that time. So after a while, I said, this is not happening for me. So, I went off.
So eventually, how do you turn things over for yourself?
I did not do any more door knocks since then.
Yeah.
But I believe that, after I hear from a lot of people and talk to some guys, obviously don't want to jump too fast into the project that you're marketing, try to build rapport. And I think I was a bit too eager to get the name and telephone number and move on to the next house. So probably it didn't give me the chance to build a rapport so that the person would be able to say, hey, okay, I'll be willing to come and have a look at the project. So that's probably the learning for that.
Okay. Just I want to know, right? Like just now you also mentioned you suck at everything. But I mean, being sucky at everything, everybody is also lah. But what is your strength?
Okay, I wouldn't say it's a strength, but I actually, so what happened was then I started to attend a lot. We're focusing on digital, right? So I attended a few of the talks and training, and I realized, okay, Facebook marketing is something that is worth trying out because you reach a wider audience, right? And then of course, because I attended lessons by many different people, I started to do a lot of trial and error according to what I learned. And over time, I found a way that worked for me. And that was actually how I started to get results. By going digital, by doing Facebook, I got a lot of cold leads, which I could convert. And, and actually soon after the COVID, because soon after that in April, we all went into a lockdown, right? So for April through June, it was really Zoom training all the way. And then in June, I attended one more lesson by Alex, and I decided to try something different, which is to put in a little bit more money for the ad, because I was starting at $20 per day, that kind of deal. And then I went in a bit bigger and started to get better leads. And over time, I also found that for me, who's a bit lazy to call everybody that's a lead, I went towards high intent. And I've been actually preaching this to a lot of people that ask me, Facebook lead, I do high intent, I zoom in on the target a lot more, so that if I get 20 leads and the lead may cost me $100, it's okay, because those are more genuine leads because they have to answer a few questions, pre-qualified. And then when I call them, I have a starting point. I can talk about, oh, your budget is so much, or you stated that you're buying for 5 people, or your priority is so and so. So there are talking points that I can reach out to them and start the conversation.
So how much are you really spending right now per day just to actually get these leads? And how many are you getting in a day?
Yeah, so nowadays when I start a campaign, I go in with 200 a day. I run it for about 5 days, and then I progressively reduce. I've had a lot of conversations with Facebook marketing specialists also along the way.
Meaning, who are they?
So there are people who work for Facebook, and they are
So
there to help you with your
yes,
campaigns and your whatever you do. So that also has been quite helpful. So I think the bottom line is keep learning, learn from everybody, not just one person. And then
can I say actually, can I say you actually before the December 2019, you don't know about Facebook marketing?
No, I'm not even active on Facebook. I just have an account.
Okay, sure. Okay, so you were zero knowledge. So you went on the quest to learn digital marketing.
Correct.
From the various whatever ERA training or Preeminent Group training that we have, like our digital router bootcamp and all that, right? Have you attended our digital router bootcamp?
Yeah. I got all the training that.
And then from there, I just felt that a lot of our teammates out there from there after attending the training, they just couldn't take the first step.
Yeah. So I did a lot of training up until June of 2020. So June of last year.
So about 6 months.
$50, $20 because I was starting off and I was saying, I didn't want to spend too much money.
Sure.
But then I think the bottom line is if you put in more money, there's a greater chance of your ad hitting your target audience, right? And of course, a lot of my successes came from launched projects that are already launched.
So project that already launched.
Yeah.
For your personally, for your own success, it comes from
correct.
project that already launched. Okay.
Yeah. So in fact,
just to cut in, just to check with you, because you see at many point, right? You are spending $20 a day, $50 a day. There will be some point that you want to give up, right? Why would you
for sure.
Even putting in $200 a day? It doesn't make sense, right?
Yes.
It's like you're going in the opposite direction, opposite trend.
Yeah. And that's definitely true. There will be times when you go for a few months without getting good leads. The leads will continue to come in as long as you do your marketing. But the leads may be really lousy, as in, either they're just checking or they're not serious, or maybe in some cases for me, I feel my ability to hold on and convert is also a bit weak. So you will encounter times where you spend $1,000 and you get 0 useful leads. And then it is disheartening, right? And I think the bottom line, there are 2 things you can do. Number one is partner up. So if let's say you can't spend $1,000, on yourself, then partner up with 1 or 2 other fellas, share the cost of the lead campaign, so that together, which is what I did also, together you can go in with that $200 a day budget, right? And then instead of getting 30 leads, you might get 10 because you have to split 10, 10, 10 or 15, but still you will start to get better results. And then what we did was we shared evenly. It was a partnership, 2 of us, and we shared evenly. So one of us convert, the other person also gets a share of the commission. So that helps you to keep going.
How do you find your this partner?
So by just attending,
it's by yourself You found.
So through interacting with colleagues, whether through other training sessions or meetings, any kind of networking session, then you start to find, hey, certain people you work with, you can talk well with, or whatever, or you trust. So this person, and her name is Chua. Very comfortable with her, so we said, okay, why don't we try and do a project together, and we did the project, and we saw.
When you run your ads, right? Can you elaborate more about your ads? What kind of ads? Do you even use your own name, or you set up a common name? It's a little bit more details about your ad running.
So I set up two things, two Facebook business accounts, right? One is just a generic new launch. I call it Iggy Homes New Launch Condo.
Iggy Homes. Okay.
Yeah, because my nickname is Iggy, Ignatius
correct.
Iggy, right? So I thought that's a bit catchy and easy for people to remember. So I set up this Iggy Homes New Launch, and it's focused on new launches. And then I also have my Iggy Ng, which is my personal one.
Which is your personal one.
Yeah, so that one I will share more activities about myself, I'll post activities and stuff like that.
When you run ads, which one is more effective?
Yeah, so I started running ads on Iggy Homes. Now, the thing about this is that the more likes you get on your page, the better it is, easier it is for Facebook to find your audience.
Retarget for you lah.
Yeah, target for you. So actually over time, because I've been posting more actively on my Iggy Ng personal
Posting
page,
means organic one lah.
Yeah, organic, like I go and see show flat, or I have some thought, or
okay. I just want the audience to understand when he say posting means he really posts as
pre-posting, organic pre-posting.
Organic one, okay, not paid lah.
No. So when you get more likes, our followers, the next time you run an ad using that page, business page, it's easier for Facebook to look for your audience, and they are usually more appropriate lah. So I actually found over time my Iggy Ng Facebook ads give me better return. The projection on the number of leads, is higher than my Iggy Homes. Yeah, so for me right now, I have to reevaluate how I use Iggy Homes, versus Iggy Ng lah. So, but I still want to keep a project-based and then an activity-based Facebook page lah. Yeah.
Okay. Then what kind of ads do you run? Like, do you run?
So I started out doing project ads. So my first closing was Coastline Residences. So back then Coastline was one.
Coastline.
Yeah, it was only like 20% sold at that time.
Not an easy project lah.
Yeah, but the comp was high, right? So that was very attractive.
How high is that?
5%.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You can say that.
And so of course you have to study the project in order to be convinced. You must be convinced yourself. That's the golden rule, right?
Yes.
So I did my study, and I really did, because I'm also from Bukit Batok, so I don't know anything much about Katong except that they got good laksa. Hi. And so as I started to learn more about the project, go to show flat, go around the area, I learned that, hey, it's really quite an interesting place. And I felt that Coastline is a very strong product offering. Back then the stacks facing the sea were still available. Price was a little bit high, but still very competitive compared to a lot of the surrounding new launches. So I started to build a list of compelling reasons why people should invest.
On your own.
Yeah, on my own.
I mean, I feel that a lot of people out there, they're always waiting for people to do it for them. I mean, I like to hear what you're talking about. You are on your own. You pick your own project. You pick your own reason. Pick your own study. They're still out there waiting for someone to tell them which is the best project. Then which project already, what are the selling point?
Yeah. I think the most important thing is, I think, a few people have said every project has got a good selling point, and that's correct. I pick the projects that to me present to me very good selling point. So then personally I'm better able to talk about the merits of this project.
And do you close anything there?
Yeah. My first project close was Coastline.
Oh, okay. And any more?
How many I actually managed to see your transaction, and for the benefit of doubt for everybody, right? So Ignatius managed to close. How he actually managed to get this Centurion, right? Was he actually closed just one deal?
Yes.
And this one deal was like 146,000, right?
Yeah. But it is not Coastline, it's not Coastline.
It's not Coastline.
Another project.
Yeah.
Coastline pay how much?
60, about 60, 50 plus, almost 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was a 1-bedroom unit. And at that time, 1 bedroom for 1 million in a place like that was really compelling. I did my angle was always around investment, because I feel that for me, it's easier to talk about investment rather than, targeting owner occupier type lah. So when I talk about Coastline, it's about, okay, what's the future benefit, what's the return, what's the yield and all that. So it worked, and it was an investor that bought.
Okay, wait. At this point of time, right? I mean, just to our 4 panelists, you guys have anything to tell, to ask, to say to Ignatius now?
Yes, I have one question from my side, Ignatius. Ignatius, I'm always very curious because everyone, we also do Facebook marketing, right? And then we get our leads from online. So you said that you call them. So how was the response? Do they prefer the physical calling, or you prefer the text and call, or just purely text? What's your way?
There are many different types of clients, so you cannot categorize. There are some that just don't read messages. Then when you keep writing to them and there's no response, you call them, hey, they turn out to be very friendly. Because some people maybe get so many WhatsApp that they start to pick who they respond to. Of course, there are those who prefer using WhatsApp, and then they will tell you, don't talk, just WhatsApp only. But inevitably, you should find a chance to meet them. You would know, So to answer your question, yeah, there are some that would prefer to talk. There are some that prefer to message, but we have to try and talk first.
Right? So your first approach is to call.
Yeah. So I actually set up an automatic response when the lead comes in, right? Those of you who have used Zapier know that it's really useful, right? It sets up the contact for you.
Those have used what?
Zapier, Zapier. So it's an app that
can you type in the chat for us?
I type, okay.
To everyone.
Zapier.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
So it's pretty powerful, and what it does is when the lead comes in, you can bring it to update the contact into your Google contacts. You can send an email out to the client, the prospect, to say thank you, It can also send an email notification to you yourself to say this lead came in, and you can put various information, right? So I said that I do high intent. So usually a set of questions. So when the email comes to me, it will say Andrew Tan, 3-bedder budget, 5 million, own stay or investor, whatever not. So that I from the email, and it flags it almost instantaneously. So when the lead comes in, I get notified. So then I can choose if I'm available to respond to the lead immediately.
Okay, all right.
Looks like we found another trainer for your DRB, digital realtor book.
Definitely. Okay. The thing about our training, and if you notice about our training nowadays, we really want all the top producers and the current achievers who are doing it right to be the one teaching and sharing, right? Likewise, today we have 5 of you. You guys are there who makes hundreds of thousands in 1 or 2 months, or how many times. That's why you're here to share. So just now, Bjorn was actually asking, at the end of the day, today we are interviewing you because there was one particular month, especially in the month of May 2021, just about a while ago, you closed a project that had made you almost 150 million. You want to tell us a little bit about that project?
Okay. I know, Eugene, you caught it. I also hope so. Anyway, so this was also a Facebook campaign.
It is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this time it was around value properties, properties.
Okay, to me, this project, very hard to close on.
Okay.
Well, but I'm so happy for you and the project DD of the project that you closed.
I'm happy for me too. Anyway, so this was a value project, and then this guy, he's got a foreigner name. He's an Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
What was the name? Antonio. What was the name?
His name is Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
Oh. So he responded to me, and then he said, what he wants, right? So I messaged him, and then actually, because my first response is a message, then I'll say I'll call you back later, right? And then he messaged a reply to say, he's on stay-at-home notice and all that kind of stuff.
Wait, hold on. Okay. He respond to you from what ads?
So when I get the lead at that time, I send a WhatsApp message.
No, as in he respond to you from what kind of advertisement?
WhatsApp, from my Facebook advertisement.
For which project?
Just value property.
So some of your ads is not about a particular condo.
Yeah. This one I tried. I tried value. Correct.
I got value by Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm very curious, right? To know, right? What do you advertise on your Facebook ad, like to entice people like that to contact you?
So when for the value one, I will talk about high yield, high yield potential for high yield and capital gain. right? But going at a good price, value price.
Yeah, that becomes the answer is slow now.
No, it doesn't connect because I also say I feel very lucky. Anyway, so this guy contacted, we spoke. I went to his condo, and then he brought his wife, and then we started to talk at the condo's lounge area. And then he said, okay, he's looking to invest because he's only going to be in Singapore for about 3 years. He'll buy under his wife, who is Singaporean. He's Italian, right? So buy under his wife for investment. And they were looking at properties that they can flip in 3 years' time. So all the newly launched value property. So I make arrangements for us to go to One North, Eden, to Midtown Modern, then the wife said, oh, I want to see something in Tanglin area. So I brought them to Wilshire,
Where?
Wilshire.
Oh, that's Holland. Okay.
Yeah, Tanglin Holland area. And then
Okay.
Also to Mayfair Modern.
Oh, shit, this buyer.
Okay, worth it.
Okay, like it was okay.
Oh, you were close.
You never been to Novel 18,
That was out of their budget. Sorry, I would do Novel any day if someone has the budget. His budget was 3 to 5 million.
Hey, have one.
Okay, but then he wanted something that he can flip. So he doesn't want to, at that time. That's why all the projects are newly launched in the sense that it's TOP. Okay. So I brought him round and round, and he was like, okay, all right, not too bad. So I said, oh, where you're staying right now, 8 Napier, how much do you pay in rent? And he said about 8,000, and it's a good deal, right? Because at that time people were letting their place off at a discount. So I said, hey, then if you're going to be here for 3 years, you're going to spend $300,000 potentially on rental. Why don't you look at project that will TOP soon? Then instead of continuing to pay, that 300 becomes saving for you, Then when you want to leave 3 years later, I will help you to sell it off. So in a sense, you're also flipping, but then you save your 300K on your rental at 8 Napier. So he thought. So he said, okay, what do you have? So just nice, the DD, the team posted, okay, Sloan Residences, TOP end of December and all that lah. So I said, okay, that's a very good property. We can go and have a look. No showroom, right? So I said, okay, I'll drive you around to see the road and all that lah. And then because he's European, right, he's quite comfortable with boutique development. Because Europe, they don't have a lot of big, massive condos like we do, right? So he's actually quite into the smaller project. Then he looked at Sloan, the building, right? Half under construction, he liked it.
Sloan, so the project that you closed is Sloan Residences.
Sloan Residences, yeah. And it was only because it was going to TOP, and I said, hey, you can save 300K by.
But not so soon, right? TOP when?
Yeah, it got pushed back. It was supposed to be December this year.
Oh, this year.
Be March of next year.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, then we went to see the little model. The model for Sloan at the time was this tiny little model in King Hill 16 show flat. Right, developer is T-Sky. But the tagger did a good job, Glenn Key. Thanks, Glenn, if you're here.
Glenn Key. Wow.
So he did his, song and dance, and at the time the promotion was going on for like 4th, 5th, and 6th floor units. Then the guy came in and he said, "Do you have any penthouse?" There was no price, so we quickly asked the developer for a price. They had 2 penthouses units available at that time, 3-bedroom, and so he looked at it. Then he said, "Okay."
Wait, you closed penthouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there was only him. He wanted the top floor. So
what was the quantum like?
Oh, it's not. He paid about 3.8 million, I think.
3.8. Commission is
4%.
4%. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So okay lah. Yeah. Actually, he paid quite high. His PSF was about 3,000 PSF, even though the promo units were around 2.7 plus. Yeah.
Value by.
So it's that's definitely a stroke of luck. But then it was also because I mean, I actually did all the rounds. I brought him to see all the. I did a presentation. I prepared a PowerPoint presentation on all the investment projects that are suitable for him. Let him choose. Then we narrowed down to a few, and then I brought them to see. So it was almost like 2 rounds of viewing.
So from start to the end, how long did you serve this customer for?
This was actually quite fast. So this one, overall, within a month, that included, two viewings. So the first meeting, I met him. Then that was like a Thursday. Then on the Saturday, I took him out for one round. And then the next weekend, I took him out for another round. And that same weekend, we went to see Sloan. And then so within but then the project itself, because he was on stay at home, if you talk about the point where the lead was generated, it's about a month.
So, I mean, I think initially this is like a very classic sharing lah. I mean, honestly, really, as a new guy that is the newest of all here, you took on into digital marketing at 50 over years old age that you don't know.
Man, I don't know shit about marketing.
No shit about that. You went in, you put some money, try and error, you struggle a little bit. Yes, there is some disappointment, I'm sure. And you asked around, you took some training, right? You took company training. Do you also read books and read internet and also?
No, I didn't, but I took a lot of training from different people in the company. And outside.
And eventually, nothing beats your personal money try and error lah. Then from there, of course, I think you look very smart person. You try and error. You have the two Facebook group. One is your homes and one is your Ziggy, is it?
Iggy. IGGY.
And then you chose a project called the Coastline, which it's really no right, no wrong, right? Correct? I mean, you didn't pray hard, and then the thing just came out. You just pick a project that you believe in. Eventually, you also close. But then you applied some the swinging technique, like you swing to Sloan, because you weren't even focusing on Sloan at all, right?
No, it wasn't on the radar.
Right, I guess now in your pocket of prospects from digital marketing, I guess such things are just keep repeating, right? You have leads like this guy, Mr. Giuseppe, then you are all serving him, right? Of course, some is easier, some is tougher.
Correct.
Do you have like other deals that is also being converted like that? I mean, don't have to be 150,000. I mean,
in fact, a lot of my project closing are from co-leads, because my friends all don't want to buy, right? All already very settled.
4 years old, no friends one.
No, they're 50-something years old, so they're not ready to put money, So they're all very settled already, and so a lot of my project closings are from.
Wow. Well, very good. Thank you so much. We probably will come back to you shortly, but I think we have all hear a very nice success, inspiring story from you. And you did, you as a new agent, I think you have done well, right? You surpassed a target in your, just this deal is 150,000, right? So maybe we since you're here, so we want you to probably just give us some of your salesmanship belief, or if you have one,
Okay, I think it's cliche, but definitely don't give up, right? Because when you do digital marketing, especially, there is a lot of, it's very crowded now because everyone is in it, so it costs money and the returns might be very low. But you definitely don't give up. Just keep persevering. If you find the cost too massive, then partner up. Collaborate.
Structure your business, collaborate. Very well said. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll probably come back to you shortly, but since Bjorn say based on newbie onwards, so who is after you is who?
2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years.
Xing.
Okay, right. Xing and Eugene, your serious paper stone.
Am I lah? Then
go first. It's okay.
You go first lah. Okay.
The better looking one go first.
That's me.
Xing is called, your English name is Lucky Star. Lucky Star Ng.
Don't have English name, only Xing. Okay.
Yes, bro. Okay.
Different from initials. I started my career doing a lot of donuts. I do nothing but a lot of donuts.
How long have you been in the business?
3 years.
Is that career in which year? 2018?
2018.
18. Okay.
18
so
September, right? So just nice around.
Homegrown from homegrown from here, right?
Homegrown here, correct?
Wow. Okay.
Who's your manager?
Dane Cow.
Dane Cow.
You must hear, right? You all must hear, right? How he actually got recruited. That's funny. That's really funny.
Okay. So So actually, I was in a I was working full time 3 years. I think I called a data analyst. So I was in a government routine job lah. So routine job very free 8 to 5 go home. So play a lot of games So play games. So in the game, I think when we play game very serious, we do work also very serious. Game got group chat and all. Then I get to meet Dan
Sorry, what game is that?
Maple Story.
I cannot remember. I cannot remember what game it is. MMORPG lah. So
Maple Story.
No, definitely not Maple Story. But then, okay, the point is, didn't recruit me. I mean, I was looking for a change. I was looking for a change in my job, which is why I stepped into real estate lah. Because I see of course, the money, and also just nice. I was in a need to change a job because the current job was too mundane, too stagnant. But I think start off very hard. I think everyone start off also very hard.
No, some very T-Gong one.
Yeah. So some I think I'm not very T-Gong. 6 months, then close my first deal.
You lose me. 10 months. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I come into real estate lah.
What was your first deal, if you still remember?
The first deal is Telokura rental. I still remember the net com I get back is $770.
Hey, that one I win you. My first deal was a rental $850 after 10 months.
Yeah,
and I forgot to take GST. Walao.
I remember that $770. I think I still must share with someone. So the first deal was very strong. But that unit just nice I sold this that month I get diamond. That unit I was rented, but then after I think just now the owner decided to sell. So I sold that unit lah. So
where again?
Jixiang Court.
Oh, okay. Terukurau, Jixiang Court, close by Xing.
What's in the name?
Yeah, I mean, the unit is very, I think cannot. I think the unit really damn true. It's a ground floor unit, 700 square feet. Yeah. So I think
who buy a condo called Jixiang Court?
The condo really very cui one No lift, nothing.
Walk up apartment.
Yeah, walk up
If your name is not Fu Xing, who will close?
You know, I say my name because of my name a lot. I got received client just because think I'm China text me say whether you have China client or to sell their house. And I said, no.
I see. Wow, benefit.
Yeah,
okay. So the Jixiang Court was your first deal. All right.
Very, very first rental.
And eventually you close it into a sales lah.
Correct. So
yeah.
I personally believe in long game lah. So I do a lot of I think I'll follow up the close the deal, the client will be there until
so you believe in a long game, 放长线钓大鱼, patient
yes.
long game, like how a gamer is lah.
Everything also system have a system in place. Follow up how we connect lah.
So maybe Xing, you want to share with us, right? What is your system that you actually use to follow your client? Because I think a lot of our agents out there, right, they lack this system to follow your clients.
Okay.
So a lot of us are using old school method, writing notes and everything, you know?
I do that. I mean, I got send yearly letters. I got send postcard lah. Yearly, I mean at the end of the year, but sometimes very xiong lah. When your list get bigger and bigger, then no lah, not so much already. But I make it a point to save my client's birthday lor. You put into a calendar, I think quite simple lah.
And then what you do?
Message only lor. Then during their message, then maybe call lah. Depending on the, of course, I also rank the client a lot more. Then maybe I got send cake.
How you rank them?
Commission received lor.
What is the code name of ranking?
No, just by numbers only lah. So cause the list very long so when it's the birthday, then I will maybe sometimes send a cake, sometimes just message WhatsApp. I think client usually quite impressed that you know my birthday. Yeah. So I also like I said I started with a lot of door knock. So I do a lot of asset progression and because I am very comfortable in numbers, so I do a lot of calculation on my client.
Sorry, you door knock HDB flats?
HDB flats, correct.
I mean, I assume we had to door knock condo so just clarify. So you don't knock HDB flats, okay?
Yes.
And then you do a lot of access progression on changing their portfolio lah. So it's more of like wealth creation for property lah.
Upgrading lawyer lah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So most of my deals, I think let's say I don't have a lot of diamond. So generally,
Don't have
consistently,
a lot of diamond.
this is
Okay.
my first diamond.
This is the first diamond.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just happened that my asset progression just nice, all consolidated in that month.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your how you move? Okay, let's say you don't know Eugene Ko, Mr. Owner, and then okay, he stays in Bukit Batok HDB flat, and okay, he has intention to sell. So how's your approach to in a nutshell lah?
Okay, actually my door not quite simple because I go to MOP flats.
Okay.
MOP flats, then a lot of agent knock on so the people already talk to a lot of people already.
Hold on, you go to MOP flats means you don't
very close to MOP already.
You don't knock those too old. You knock those 4 years and above, close to 5 years flat lah.
Yes.
And then you already said a lot of agents also attack, and example this Mr. Eugene Ko every night kind fun by an agent until he a bit impatient maybe or something, right? Okay. So sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So just actually very simple. If the person is keen, I ask the person, you have intention to upgrade. Then I think the person, if is talk to a lot of agent already, so a lot of people already break the ice already. I mean,
what is the few category that you will meet every time you door knock?
They will just not interested. Then
sure.
If not, is still considering. Then I mean, if they are still considering, then you can talk more lah. I mean, then talk a bit more lah. Then get numbers. I think door knock most importantly, I feel is the follow up lah.
I mean, some Mr. Ko will want to say, oh, I want to sell the HDB flat and I want to buy another HDB flat, right? Some Mr. Ko will say, I want to sell the HDB flat now, but probably want to buy a resale condo.
Correct.
Very hard to swing them. I mean, I'll say very hard to swing the Mr. Ko to a new launch.
Correct.
One of the key reasons because of the TOP timeline, the building under construction, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So maybe you can just help us to elaborate a little bit more on your own this part.
Okay, actually, because I think people that don't know, actually a lot is new agent.
A lot of new agent, yes.
They are not very comfortable with timeline. I mean, I've been in the industry 3 years. I do a lot of.
That means you're trying to say they are not very good at their timeline.
Yeah, they are not very comfortable. Then I think they cannot give owners the comfort, the security. I mean,
the confidence.
Yes. So a lot of time is I have a lot of clients they talk to agent already. But then I think when we sit down, then they are more assured because you know what you're doing, You know when your money come in, you know when you need to move out.
Can you elaborate a little bit more deeper to this part of what you call a timeline,
Like how will you make it such that when I move house, I do need to rent? I will not be homeless.
So that is usually the main concern, correct, Eugene? I guess same, right? You also got this one.
I think two concern. One concern I cannot find house. One concern I don't have house. I don't have place to stay.
Or if I sell the HDB, I cannot find a house that I like. So selling first or buying first, this thing is always very confused for them. Yeah, and the agent like you can have the skill sets and the confidence to help them straighten it out.
Yeah, so it will be always seamless.
But I believe it's always sell first, unless you have enough money to buy first, correct? Because of ABSD. So unless matrimonial house, you can go. But then the thing is, loan can be always an issue, because your HDB flat, most of them has a loan, right?
Yes.
So what is that 1 or 2, 3 methods that the SOP of solving such entanglement?
Entanglement. So it depends. Upgraders sometimes want to buy a bigger HDB. That one no issue. But then it's still need money. So depending on each client's budget, how much funds they have, how much CPF they have, how much loan they can take. So a lot, you're right, a lot is sell first, then you go and find. But the analogy that I always give them is, you have money, you go to a shopping mall, you confirm can buy a grass one. But you no money, you go to the mall, you see the house you like, you cannot buy.
Okay.
So then, I mean, they understand you don't have money, you can go and see the house, especially the market now so hot. You cannot buy, the client also will not wait for you. So that's what I always tell my client. You have money already, you go and see house, you can find a house you like. unless you have very specific requirements, like you need the door to face east, but then I will tell them to have to consider buying first. Then of course, quite hard in a short span to go and find a house, that the door face east or that you like.
The whole timeline issue right now is because like what you say, the upgraders, they want to go from HDB maybe to private resale. They'll still need their CPF to come back into their fund so that they can disperse those. You need like downtime and completion. So more often than none, I think a lot of our clients right now have that problem of like what Kevin mentioned, not able to like move in immediately to the next place without having sufficient cash. How would you
for funds, it's very easy to solve with bridging loan, actually. As long as you just need to tell them that you just have to, instead of renting, you just pay the bridging loan. You just pay the interest, because it's just 5% per annum calculated by days. So as long as you can show them the numbers, they are comfortable with the numbers, they can proceed. Or I mean, you can, that's pretty much the way to do it.
Yeah. I totally agree with Xing. If you all can let me do a short elaboration. I personally recently helped my cousin. Same age as me. So she is staying at the Ping E Drive there, the 5 years just MOP, the HDB flat where Chai Chi there, that group of so she is my age. She wanted to meet me to sell the HDB flat, which is a 4-room flat. And then her plan is to sell already, move to Tampines 5-room flat, right? So same thing I suggested to her in terms of wealth creation. As her age is, my 41, it doesn't really make sense that she go and buy into another older HDB flat. And in another 10 years, she'll be 51 years old, right? So of course, my case, I think after calculating, husband and wife both doing well in their 40s, money is not a problem. So why did they not then suggest themselves to buy a condo? Reason number one, I would say, is the brought up. Because everyone in their family, their parents, no one do that. So they really, it's the way, the culture, the habit. It's not about money. Secondly, it's about money already because fear. I scared I lose the job. So my reply to them on this part is very simple. The reason you're scared you lose your job, that is the more you need to buy a good property now. So that when you eventually, if you lose your job, you are ready because you got money from the property. We're not trying to say, because I told them, end day, you lose your job, sell the property. A property can be sold off, Yeah. So anyway, to sum up the story, so the client usually comes, they may not have enough money, or even if they have money, I tell you today, a lot of people are just culturally comfortable, or they just didn't have the idea. So the agent comes in, have to, like what Xing say, be very confident, has a very strong mindset or overview to give them, and then plan the timeline very properly with them. Because same thing. Third thing, my cousin was also very worried. Salary cannot find something I like out. But it is inevitable because based on the plan, it is not possible for them to buy first. Okay, unless we go for long option. Okay, so that is, you must, as an agent, you must have a lot of mentor. You go for long option, right? You know, I tell you, some people may be comfortable. Because personally, I myself bought property, I took 6-month option before. So it depends on the characteristic. Okay, so I mean, in a nutshell, as an agent, if you want to do wealth creation, right, on assets progression, you really need to have a lot of methods on hand. And then when you meet the client, you got to, like a doctor, diagnose everything, the ECG, the heartbeat, the everything. Then you can then give the right remedy. And the right remedy may not be the ultimate remedy because then they will give you the feedback, you adjust again. Okay, eventually, cut a story short, my cousin HD flat is completing soon. They already exercised the new condo that they found. And until today, just about 2 days ago, we were talking on the phone. She and husband really very happy that they listened to me and not jump into another HDB flat, because now after taste the success already, they feel got higher self-esteem, and they just feel they happier. I mean, it's human psychology lah. So they were happy that they were able to look forward to swimming with the kids in the pool, versus then moving to a 40 years old HDB flat in Tampines that is about the same price, just a little bit bigger. Okay, so of course there's a lot of concerns here and there. They also had this concern of size. Okay, because the 4-room flat versus the old HDB 5-room flat is a little bit bigger, right? So you have to sometimes talk them around, talk sense to them. So I would say like a lot of patience is being needed here because they are having a lot of fear because they are not like us do real estate every day. They don't think big one, they don't think 10x one. So you yourself must think at 10x. Then you can transfer the energy to them. Yeah. So very close to what Fu Xing is sharing. Yeah. So yeah, back to you, Fu Xing.
Okay. Yeah. So I think everything also do lah. I think I flyer also send, telemarketing also have.
Yeah.
Now don't not lesser lah, of course. Digital or try some digital, but so only lah. Don't have.
Bjorn, you help us break down Fu Xing that month closing.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So basically, he closed two new launches.
Oh, 60 plus.
Then his Xing Court, as well as another Pasir Ris unit and Beauty World, 30 residences. BT Road, sorry, 30 residences.
And $467 rental.
Yeah, rental.
Sorry, sales.
It's a sales, not rental.
It's a sale.
Oh, okay.
How come your sales, your commission only $467?
$500 admin fee only. Purely to do paperwork.
Why?
No. It's a purchase. Just admin fee only.
So the buyer found the property themselves lah.
Yeah. Everything themselves. So it's purely to help with the. Yeah, because nowadays I think you find a house then just.
So you close these two Meadwood. Are they related or the buyers?
No lah, not related.
Then why you push tag 14?
I think I'm focused on the project. I study a lot more about the project. So I sell the same thing and then the person buy.
Share with us the project. Share with us more.
Yeah. So Fu Xing closed Meadwood. Okay, he closed two different clients that is not related, and both are on the same stack, just units above another, something like that lah.
Okay, so I just share lah. Cause I think Meadwood only have I saw a 2-bedder unit. So in that area, don't have a lot of 2-bedder units lah. That's what I tell my client lah. So there are a lot of big units out there. So a lot of freehold big units, but they are very old. But in that area, only got 3 projects with 2-bedders. I think it's Kingsford, Helier, and this one. Then Helier, the problem is a loft. All units there is loft. So in terms of price, here is more competitive lah. And also because Meadwood is selling at I think the break-even price lah. So that's how I get them to commit lot, because I told them that in the future this will have growth lah.
I think my takeaway from Fu Xing sharing, right, that is regardless of whether from his transactions in that month alone, it's not just regardless of what quantum it is, he just sub everything also he just do. And also from that Fu Xing to sell Jixiang, right, deals does take time it takes time to cultivate one. It's not a case of like overnight, wow, 真的很急性啊. But 真的是Fu Xing in this case, he took 3 years to cultivate the relationship with the client. And then when the client finally decide to sell, the client remembers, and which is what Preeminent Group has been advocating to a lot of our agents, is we are not in the real estate business, we are in the people's business. Is how long we actually take and the effort that we put in to cultivate relationships with our clients in the long run. So thank you very much, Fu Xing.
Yeah, I mean, I 进广告, okay. I mean, of course, this is the reason why, to be honest, we Preeminent Group, we have this training called PWC, Property Wealth Creation. It's a 3 days training. All right. So we have Nico kickstarting the training in the first part to talk about buying your first property. So buying a first property, a lot of our younger friends, they go and buy HDB flat, which is nothing wrong. But of course, we're talking about buy as big as you can, buy as early as you can, all these things are concept. Then we have Kelvin coming in to give you solutions on all these different solutions that we have. Timeline planning solutions. So Kelvin took almost 50% of the whole bulk of the training because he is an ex-banker and he is so good at this part. Of course, then he is also the project DD for Treasures Tampines. Because Treasures Tampines is a typical condo that a lot of people go there and buy. I tell you, a lot need this part. So he's the best person to be teaching this. And then eventually go to the higher category of clients like initiates of 50 plus 60 years old, a lot of money, don't know what to do. They are not wealth creation anymore. They want legacy. So investment planning, investment, like maybe later Avim is going to share some commercial, deals and all that, so it's a different level, high level. Right? So Jeremy Rakers Chu, our DD, he has done M blocks before. He has sold GCB, Sentosa, villas, bungalow, mansion, everything. So he comes in. Right, and of course, then Alex and myself, we wrap up a little bit on that. And we got Richard also tell us about how to use the apps, the iRobo. Okay, so it's very, very important that our agents all take this training and really learn the in-depth of things. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. All right, so I guess Bjorn, next is Eugene. Eugene Cole.
Very interesting character.
Wow, Eugene one, I tell you, we start with transaction, you see also you scared.
Why?
Taking tag 10多间, you know not?
Okay, he's made himself a name in project the scene recently.
Tagging 小王子.
He jumped into a project IC role in Clavon, right? And then most people after Clavon will be damn shack and 魂魄. But he never. He jumped right into another mega project called Pasir Ris 8 as an IC, and he just finished the battle of the Pasir Ris 8, right? And suddenly become a project IC of 2 winning project. Yay! Yeah, good. So Eugene, can you tell us a little bit about your journey?
Okay, I joined I think mid 2019. Previously, long story cut short, I was previously supposed to go the corporate route. I was a SAS scholar.
You SAS scholar?
But yeah. But eventually I didn't even complete my studies. Then I came out to do sales. So I broke the bond, terminated, and then I came out to do sales. Then I did try to join the insurance industry first before real estate. So I actually took all the SIMPAS papers, but because of compliance issues, I think none of the insurance company actually took me in. Yeah. Then eventually I come real estate.
So it's bo pian, then you pick us walao.
Not bo pian. I mean, maybe lah. So I joined because I joined under Ben Lim, who is also happened to be my uni friend. We were in school together. So me and Ben
look older
together in uni.
He look
older. He's older.
Ouch.
Yeah. So we both quit uni together in year 1. But he straight away joined real estate.
Wait,
but,
you both quit uni?
Yeah. We both quit uni together.
So we knew each other in friends. You guys are the friends my mom warned me about.
Yeah, then I only joined many years later, about 5 years later.
I see.
So yeah, I hit him up and then I somehow got into the industry. So I think my journey pretty much, it was pretty challenging at the start, I think. I did everything that they asked of a new agent, to door knock, to cold call, to throw flyers yourself. So I remember when I started, Ben could vouch for it. I started because I joined because I got no money, right? And then cannot engage people to do this type of thing. When I started, I think I got less than 5,000 in my bank account, I remember. So I was driving Grab. Yeah. Then every day at 6 a.m. I'll wake up, I'll drive the morning peak hour. I will reach office by like 10 a.m. Because last time the FSBO, then I think they said FSBO refresh early in the morning at 10 a.m. So every time by 10 a.m. I make sure I call out to try to reach out to them first. Then afternoon do some admin work, follow up, and in the evening I'll have an early dinner at about 4+5. Then 6 o'clock I'll start my door knock. Yeah. So then after the door knock I continue to give flyers. So I remember I did that continuously, but the first 3 months I didn't even have a listing presentation. Yeah, there was nothing at all. So of course, then I look at my peers who, first month already getting deals, but I of course feel a little bit demoralized. And then I asked them what do they do. They say I only give flyers. So I think I do everything that they asked but didn't. So I remember Bjorn I had this conversation with Bjorn also. I think he said he asked me how many hours am I driving on Grab a day. I said about 3 to 4. And then he asked me how much do you make a day. So I said about $100 because I needed money for my survival. So he did a simple math. I think he said he multiplied the hours by the number of days. And he told me if you channel this number of hours, everything into real estate, you definitely make more than what you make driving Grab. So my initial breakthrough came in the 4th month when, I totally stopped driving Grab. It was scary because it means zero income. Yeah, but eventually that month, I think I managed to close 4 deals. Yeah. So then I started doing a lot of resale. Then thanks to Kevin helped me to push for a lot. I think Clevon was actually my first entrance into project scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, since you mentioned, I mean, first I think you took the effort to pitch your dream to me. I mean, you took the guts, you took the time and the willingness to pitch what you want to me. At that point, honestly, I wasn't very too convinced because if I put you as an IC, it's my responsibility. But somehow from your enthuse, from your eagerness, I just compelled to give you a try, and I do my recommendation. I put you in. It was really also lucky. Okay, so you got in, you didn't fail me, you performed, you really very good luck, and you really give it your all. And just let you know, the second project you got it in through on your own basis because you perform at Claremont. Yeah, and task you got yourself into Pasir Ris A. So good job for that.
Still, thank you.
Really impressive.
Still, thank you.
Really very impressive. In just a short span of just 2 projects. You have really created a name for yourself and people know who to look for when they want you back. So it's like really a very, very impressive thing. Very, very short amount of time. I think so far in ERA, you're the only one.
Who?
Really?
Okay, give us trophy for that.
Very proud of you, bro. Very proud of you. I heard you
thank you.
Also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, change your car.
I still remember when he first came to join us, his pants was just getting shorter and shorter and shorter. But now at least his pants covers his ankles.
Hey, my dear young Preeminent Group little brothers, please don't spend your hard-earned money on all this fancy stuff. Really, 过来人, really. Please, always throw the money back, invest the money back, put the money back into your business first. Honestly, all these things sometimes are silly stuff. Really, go and make silly enough money, then you buy silly stuff. I'm very truthful to you. Okay,
what's the thing that Kevin keeps saying about earn your rights, is it?
I mean, yeah, you got to earn your rights. I mean, to share with you guys, I didn't buy any foolish stuff until I make my first $1 million. Yeah, before my first $1 million, not I mean before my sales I mean your sales. So if so your sales your entire sales career, your first $1 million. For myself I mean I'm sharing myself very close to my heart Okay, I started in 2003. I made my first $1 million only in 07. I can't remember So it's like 4, 5, 6, 4 years of struggle. So 1 year only 200 plus maybe. Not that fantastic, right? So I didn't buy any of this fancy stuff, fancy t-shirts, fancy car, fancy restaurant, nothing. So I really put my money back into the business because my golden rule is, zero consumption. Number one, zero consumption. I don't consume any of these luxury things. And I always stay broke because I put my money back into the business. Okay. Anyway, since you're on this topic, I just felt compelled to share. So, my little brothers don't, put the money back into the business, grow the business. Okay. I know we're all human, right? Sometimes pamper ourselves a little bit here and there. Okay, I leave it to you. So it's your own little business. You got to manage it correctly. Okay. To all our PG teammates out there, the younger generation, the young PG, okay? Take this with a pinch of salt. This is just my personal sharing. Okay, over back to you, Eugene.
Eugene, actually, I want to ask you, right? I want to ask you, what made you take up the project IC role? Like huge, huge responsibility also. Then like maybe do you have any prior project knowledge? It's like very intimidating to suddenly take on such a role.
Very good.
That, what made you actually take a leap of faith? Yeah.
Okay, so actually since when we first joined, we all know, right, the money is in project. So I think there has been a lot of instances where I want to jump onto the project scene, but like I don't really know what to do, because I think our team is a lot on resale, right? Yeah. So I remember my first project involvement was just like Ignatius, was the M, right? Back then I was only about 4 or 5 months agent, right? Then I was very excited. I joined the core team and then do all the hyping, everything, no leads, never mind, just like very open heart. And then eventually the M, I found a client, I pitched very hard, but I didn't close to a client. The client bought the exact unit that I recommended, but bought through the blue color side agent. Yeah, so that killed off my excitement for project initially. Then it was only after the wealth creation training that we have. Then I closed my first project deal and I see money inside. My first project deal was LeQuest.
Okay.
Yeah, so one deal was 30,000+, and then previously HDB resale was like 10+ or so. So I get very excited. So when the opportunity came for Cleveland, I think I didn't even bother asking about how much will I make from it. I straight away take it as a very good opportunity for me to learn hands-on, like to really understand the full flow of project, because I feel like even I understand like all this how to structure, do everything, there's a lot more that I do not know. And I know that there are a lot of top achieving agents who are 100% project focused. Like maybe you ask them HDB resale, they honestly do not know that much. But anything about project, the way to structure deals, the way to their timeline, their financial calculation, everything, they are very, very good at it. So I thought I took it as a learning experience. So yeah, then Cleveland made me really, really learn a lot. That was my initial step. Yeah. So when the second project came, I think like what Kevin mentioned earlier, I think a lot of people they don't want the second one, because honestly, the amount of effort that we put in for the project IC versus the monetary returns, it is not comparable. But I think the amount of lessons that I take away from it is a lot. So when the second opportunity came, I see it as another opportunity to really get myself back on track, because at that point in time, I remember just before Pastor says, I was a little bit lost. Naturally, we're in sales when you don't really know what you really want to do, because I was at a stage whereby want to do projects, spend money, not getting really results, then you don't really know who to look for. Should I go and do resale? So over here and there. So when the project came, I thought it was a good time for me to get back my focus. Yeah. So when I was appointed Pastor 8 IC already, there was additional stress in the sense that it's a bigger team, and I know a lot of people are fighting for it. And then, from the management part, they expect us to sell. So naturally, and then my DDs are all top DDs, Rainer, Zen, they're all top achieving DD with a lot of appointments. So naturally, I told myself, I need to pump in money to get leads for Pasir Ris 8, because I told myself I must close at least one unit there. Yeah. So all this different kind of motivation.
And you really did you really closed one unit there, Pasir Ris 8.
Yeah, he did. Very good.
On top of that, still got Normanton Park.
Yeah, Normanton Park was actually a Pasir Ris 8 lead. We placed a check, but his check was like 1,000+. So I started to prepare him to close another site already.
But how do you manage to manage your time? I mean, you are doing like so many tagging and stuff.
Correct.
And you still have to actually
the non-tag one, that one is not tagging. That one is the non-tag fees.
Right.
But I think, yeah. So last month, actually, I didn't expect this great result, because we launched Pasir Ris 8 at July itself, right? So when I started July, I think I only had one Normanton tagging. So we were really ramping up and getting very busy for Pasir Ris. So I really had not much time. So a few of it was, I closed another rental. It was my friend whom I helped them to purchase previously. So through the rental itself, I converted a buyer. So all this happened it was like really a crazy month. So the resale condo, the Park Rivera, I closed one. I think the deal nearly burst because it happened when I was in the midst of Pasir Ris 8 launch. So I had no time to attend to it at all because I work alone. I don't have a partner. Then I arranged for self-view and everything. So initially, I thought I could close it already because I spoke to the co-broke that closed at 1.58 million. So I already convinced the buyer already, and it was actually quite a high price. So okay already, but the co-broke actually didn't talk to the seller at all. So I got a shock when the next day the seller actually, the buyer, who is a Korean PR, he told me that after discussion with the wife, they decided not to proceed anymore. They said that I broke their trust as an agent. So I got very, I was already very stressed with Pasir Ris. Then it came about. So it was very emotional. I keep trying to call him and ask him, actually, why don't you give me another chance? Because I screenshot everything and show him that it's really the co-broke not working. I'm already pressing him every 2 hours or so, but it's really not working. So finally, I got hold of the co-broke and then we managed to close at 1.6. I took some time off to do it. Then the other Pasir Ris 8 direct buyers, because we had no time to serve, right? The Pasir Ris 8 one, we had to serve all the clients. Every day after our last appointment, 10 plus 11, I will schedule a call with the buyers to talk to them. So the one that bought Normanton, I think I spoke to him over a few nights. It lasted until 1, 2 a.m. to really convince him that he should start to look elsewhere. Yeah, then eventually I arranged for Tiger to help me to show him Normanton Park. So yeah.
Nice.
I remember, Eugene, a few years ago, or rather when you first joined the industry, I think towards the end of 2019, I think it was during one of our Batam retreat, there was a point where we spoke and then you shared with me that you weren't in a good place. I think you were emotionally compromised and you were thinking of how, what was your exit strategy from real estate. I think you spoke to me something like that. I'm glad that you actually stayed on, but I think just for sharing, how did you manage to pick yourself up, or rather, what was going through your mind at that point in time that kind of pulled you back?
I think, truth be told, is about results because I think I have came a long way. I was close to being a bankrupt last time, and then so making money was my top priority at my age. So putting in all the kind of hard work yet when I don't see the kind of result that I expect. I have very high expectation of myself. So if I don't see any result, then I will start to question. So that is it that this is not my calling or the kind of thing. But I don't know, time, and then when you try to continue to do things or you question yourself, eventually results come, then you will start to believe that this is the thing. Yeah.
Well, Eugene, how old are you?
28.
28 lah. Let's just face it, Ignatius. when you were 28, Ignatius, okay, when I was 28, or rather Leon, when you were 28, or maybe Avim when you were 28, Marcus, I wouldn't want to ask you. We behave very differently, really. I was definitely less matured. When you subsequently get married and you got children, and that pushes your life ahead lah. So I guess Eugene, trust me, along the 20x, I felt my advice is go ahead and explore your life. I wouldn't say 28 is actually very young to be honest, so you're not like you're 18, right? I know, but at 20x, I felt go ahead and explore your life. But you cannot go on, keep exploring nonstop. That's what a lot of people do. You come to a point where you got to accept certain things and make good what you have selected. If I always tell myself, again, I speak for myself, I've decided to be successful at the 20 over years old. It just happened that I do real estate. People always think real estate make me successful. I'm not saying it's not, but if 20 something years old, I started cooking chicken rice, maybe today I dare say I'm Buntongki. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I guess running this business for the last 19 years and team building for 14 years, I have so many people that I have come across. I felt half of these people are always looking for which project will make me successful. which business will make me successful, which mentor, team, group, company will make me successful. Trust me, it is the other way where the other people, they decide on something and they make that thing successful with them. Okay, so that's my advice to you. But at 20 plus, you go and explore. Maybe you want to drive Grab, maybe you want to sell chicken rice, maybe you want to sell insurance. But you have come to a point where you have to grow up lah. You got to accept this is what you are doing. Do it to your best, right? If you tao la ji, right, you become Sam Cock. You got me? Yeah. I mean, today, honestly, I think I don't speak for you guys, but I do believe it's the same. Whether today I am in which company, which color, I think there will be a Preeminent Group. Because I've decided to be successful. So guys, what I'm trying to say is, do you realize you need to decide to be successful? There must be a day you decide that you're going to be successful in team building. There's a day you decide that you're going to be successful in digital marketing. And that's what Initials was talking about. If you're not successful at internet marketing yet, it's because you haven't really decided and then go on and make it happen for you. Same thing when you came to me, Eugene, that you wanted to be the project IC. That this is the vibes that you gave me. You want me to, it's not because it's Clavon, no. It's going to be the winning project, no. Clavon wasn't very ming liang, no. But you want to do the project and you want to take something out from this role. Yeah, maybe you can share with us, like just now Marcus was asking, Marcus Poon was asking. So tell us, actually, what is your objective of becoming a project IC? Tell us, after becoming a project IC, did it really fulfill your objective? And then tell us,
I think
going through 2 rounds as a project IC, are you really happy? And honestly, what do you get and learn from that whole thing? Is it okay?
Yeah, I think to answer this question, right, I think number one, the thing that I realized over when I was doing throughout this previously before entering this project was that I don't find myself happy despite consistently closing deals, because real estate can be pretty lonely sometimes. Yeah, but then when I do projects, I find myself having more interactions with people, because by chance you meet and everything, then you also know more people, and then altogether I find myself happier, and that's what I do on the second project. So the first project at Clavon, the primary objective was really to learn. So I was really like a sponge there, wherever I meet, I just talk to them in whatever way I could, even if they are just a tagger, being like a project IC there, they will wear the project IC tag. So we can talk to them, they will talk to us back.
So Eugene, can I tell you something really? You were happier because you took onto a platform that forces you to be a leader. To the tagger, to the many ERA agents, not even PG, because you are the IC for the company. You have no choice but to portray to be a positive, good leader. You understand? That makes you, actually you are a positive, good leader. But then now you have no choice but to only be positive. And then you realize this positiveness is what makes you happy. So that is the positioning, and that's what they call a platform. Seriously speaking, right? You have got no chance to be negative. You have got no chance to be lousy. You have got no chance to contract. You have only the only way is to expand. That's what I see. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I think that could be the case also. Eventually, I just learned as much as I could in, be it like the way they prospect, the way they do table closing, the way they do deals, and that definitely grew my confidence in talking to clients, my own clients.
So you improve your own table closing skills, presentation skills, project skills, right? And overview, you get to be at the top to see an overview, right?
Yes.
Operation, okay. Cool.
Yeah, correct. So that really gave me a lot more positioning, even when I talk to clients, to let them know that how we work with developers. Yeah.
But your positioning as an IC for 2 rounds, did it help you in managing your team? Did it help you in your recruitment, to be honest?
I mean, to be honest, I haven't been very actively recruiting, but yeah, I see it as I should be, really be leveraging on it to do more active recruitment. Yeah, I've been a little bit more passive on it, because trying to make sure that I sort out myself first, but it did give me more confidence in that, hey, look, actually I can be helping so many ERA agents in terms of like how they can get their breakthroughs and everything. So, what's more managing my own team.
What was your feedback and review from your project director that has worked with you?
Zan ask Mark Reiners.
I mean, did they give you a feedback? I don't know.
Did they give me any feedback? I think I'm very very close to them. I still talk to them very regularly. I think
because you all been through the
said
war.
that I'm very, they said that I'm very a very willing learner.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say about you. Yes.
Yeah, because I really do not know what I don't know, but so long as I feel like there's something for me that I'm willing to learn, and whether applicable or not, I don't know. But once you learn already, you have more, then you know how to try to apply.
So here you are after 2 rounds of very intense, intense, no day, no night, back to back, Clavon and Series 8. How are you feeling right now?
I think still initially last month, I think it was a little bit of disbelief initially because if I really look back at my results, even when Series 8 was launched itself, I probably wasn't even anywhere close to a superstar. So let alone like, getting this type of results. So besides that, I think also having built my name itself in the project scene, because it's not just within the agents. I think doing projects, they also want to, have good relationship with the marketing. And the marketing has seen themselves how I work or how I will try to do my best for them to work with them. So I think it definitely puts me in a better positioning for future projects as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think you definitely have learned a lot of things from these 2 rounds. I hope you could convert it into your own dollar and cents in making your work better. And also, since you're on the leadership role, I guess leadership role will definitely make our sales better. I close every single project that I am a project DD in. I make it a point. Not just to be.
I also try to make it a point. Yeah.
I promise myself every project that I am a project DD, I will close at least 1 deals at least. Okay.
Yeah, that was the promise also.
Bjorn, any more things about Eugene's sales that
So far, okay. We'll come back to you later, Eugene. So,
all right.
Next, between Marcus and Avim, which one of you are more senior?
Probably Avim. I'm only about 2 years and 8 months.
Okay, that's
8 months. Okay. So, Marcus, you go first.
Oh, okay.
Marcus Poon.
Yeah, so hi. Okay, so basically, like I said, I'm 2 years and 8 months in the industry. So previously, I was from PN actually. So I only crossed over in 2021 and I joined under Aaron Yo.
Yep.
Yeah, so nice place to be. So I started off actually like full swing. I do a lot of door knocking back in the PN days. So but my door knocking is a bit more gray area lah. I door knock condo actually.
Wow.
So yeah, TOP. Yeah. So it was quite interesting because last time my team that I joined, we are very specialized in TOP, door knocking. So it was a good experience because when I first reached out to leaders and all, and I hear about how this door knocking is quite TOP lah, the path is quite interesting. It's like you're camping inside the condo and you're playing basically hide and seek with the MA security guards and whatnot, that kind of thing. Yeah. So and on top of that, because rental, the money also coming faster. So I think as a agent starting out back then, we always want the income to come in faster also. Yeah. So I thought like it was very attractive. So I entered this path. So it's a lot of like traditional marketing, like door knocking, mailers, and cold calling. I did a lot of cold calling last time as well. So but back then I can honestly say I was a full-time agent but part-time effort really, because TOP projects, the thing is you have to wait for the project to TOP, then you can start. So during the downtime, right, back then we do not have that kind of like system that we got something to do. It's really OT and like what you want to do during the downtime, you just go and plan and do it yourself, or you can find some teammates to do it with you lah. Yeah, so I found myself very not so motivated during the periods where I'm not doing my TOP. But when I'm doing my door knocking, that time I am really committed like every day, 9 to 6 kind of thing. I'm really inside the condo. And I still recall at the time, when I was doing a TOP in a poise, I actually got caught by an MA. He was very garang. That was really my first project I did TOP actually. So I did not know that I'm supposed to wear like more or less comfortable attire. I go and wear like full formal. Yeah, then I thought because it's like, you need to meet when you don't know, you need to meet clients. So I go and wear full formal actually. So when this MA actually caught me, I didn't expect he would chase me lah. He actually ran. And then like I also panicked because my first time. So I actually also run. Then my pants so tight, constrict also. So I can't just
pants so tight.
Yeah, my from because I wear full formal. So actually
which condo is that?
Poise condo.
Poise
Yeah, Potong Pasir. Yeah. So because
I'm the project director.
Oh, but back then I'm not his opinion. Yeah. So actually I got caught by the MA and he threatened to call police for trespassing actually.
Oh.
So yeah, so I actually talked to them and I explained that it's actually I'm new lah, I'm still learning. So like ask them give me a chance.
Yeah.
But this MA really quite lan. Yeah. He said no, I will call police, give me an IC. So like I just like give you an IC lan also, But end up he called his chief safety officer and all the security guard. We had a chat. They decided to just write statement lah. So no police came down, but it was a big hoo-ha because ever since I got caught that time, the whole Poise resident, they step up the security.
Wow.
Yeah, it was because of me.
So the residents like you, like you or don't like you?
The residents will like me, I think. But
like you, because of you, the security level got
Correct, but if they are really looking to probably flip their unit or rent out, then they will actually want agents to be around. So there's always, there's good and bad to this kind of thing. There's always, owners who also want to talk to you actually.
To tell you the truth, I have also done this kind of thing. I also got caught by the guard before.
When the security guard asked you for your IC?
No, the security guard never asked me. Is their MA, the management agent.
Even MAs are not allowed to, but anyway.
But apparently back then they use the authority lah. So also panic because already new. So I just also blah go give them. So after I learned from it lah. So now quite ninja mode already. My second project I did was actually a botanic at Paya Lebar.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. And hence also some of my transactions are there. But anyway, so I was able to ninja very, very well, hide, and then I learned a lot of things to pick up like some gray area things. Not very nice to say, but basically, we learned how to infiltrate the owners without the management agents around quite efficiently, in fact. But it was very competitive, because
very competitive.
Really very, very competitive. Back then when I was doing botanic, there's like 7 groups. But of course, there are some that came in with the intention to do a couple of units already, And then some is really, they stay away. So this kind of thing is like full commitment. If you feel that your team is losing out at the start, right, you're actually not losing the game, to be honest, because TOP is a lot of following up also. Starting, you do rental for them. Eventually, you want to convert them to do sales. And then after from there, since they are already like condo owners, you also want to bring them around to see what is the next purchase, especially if it's for investment. So also like Fu Xing said, it's very long term and for a lot of following up lah. So actually, then how I joined Aaron was very interesting because one of my PN friends, he actually co-broke with Aaron, and then he actually told me that Aaron was quite a good leader, and I was not so motivated, like I say, when during the downtime. So I was contemplating, is this the right path for me? I already do 2 years, PTOP. Not say that it's wrong, because end of the day, to me, prospecting, everything is right. It's just see what works out best for you and what kind of prospecting is good in a certain timeline. Because now COVID also is very difficult to do, this kind of door knocking as well. So I actually came over to join Aaron at the start of the year, and I started doing my own system, learning from the leaders from Ivan's division as well. And coupled with Aaron's guidance and training. So I did up my own mailer system as well as, so still mostly traditional, I would say actually. But I'm starting to venture into more digital because we have to keep up with the trends as well. But because of budget, so I'm still limiting my footstep into the digital area, but it's definitely something like what Initial say, like it's something that you will want to venture into because as well as what Eugene also say, projects is where the big comms is, and in fact, most top achievers are really project closers.
Correct. I mean, I mean, like sometimes I felt this thing is just like gravity lah. Yes, a aeroplane can take off, but it's still actually within gravity lah. Until maybe the rocket lah, like Virgin Galactic like that. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, it's very true by logic, by statistics, and by right mind framework. Project pay 5%, 4%, 3%. It is definitely make more money, provided you close it lah. But if you don't close anything, nothing makes money, ma. Yeah, and I was just thinking also, if you can have the luxury or the available source or technique of putting proper ads and doing your business properly, you shouldn't be doing your business so chicham lah, like run away from the gut. Whether your pen is loose or tight, it doesn't matter. No, when the gut catch you, it compromise your license, because the gut is not wrong. You trespass a private property. It's in the condo bylaw. And unfortunately, CEA is very interested in this and very much on it. So you are jeopardizing your. You can say you commando lah, you garang lah, you can say you got technique lah, right? But you shouldn't put yourself into such paimia lah. So like what Initials is doing, actually, no need to rain, shine, sun. It's comfort of his. I mean, it's. Chua Initials. So
I cannot run very fast, so
he sure cannot call.
I sure cannot call.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is we should be glad today in the world things are being streamlined. Like example, you should be glad Guru is working so hard to streamline only Guru and the most 99 code. Imagine there is 10 Guru that is so useful. I tell you, you tao tia. Imagine there is Facebook versus Google Ads, and there is like 10 different Google available that is also very good. You tao tia. We should be blessed because today everything is actually streamlined. It's very easy to our business, right? So just borrowing your sharing, Marcus, right? So that's how I feel. Yeah, back to you, Marcus.
Yep. So where was I? Yeah. So doing up my own new system in Preeminent Group is definitely better. I would say, no need to run away from gut and all that kind of thing. Risk-free and yet still got returns, but have to do so it's like you have to try everything and see what works best for you, like I said. So just exploring everything at the moment also, but more or less doing traditional marketing with a pinch of digital marketing right now.
Yeah. I mean, take it easy. I know for sure digital marketing is not easy and not cheap. But I believe anyhow, anyway, it can be done. I mean, 贵有贵的做法，便宜有便宜的做法, but of course, you got to be very truthful with your business lah. It's an investment lah, right? So like what Initials have shared previously lah. Yeah. So maybe Marcus, you want to share with us? I mean, I don't know at which stage is your digital marketing ad. Maybe can you like Initials like that? Just share with us a little bit more details of your journey.
Okay. So actually, I think I'm just only in the very initial stage because I tapped onto my own colleagues' experience in digital marketing. So we actually set up a so-called like partnership and doing ads together, and also we run a Facebook project ads. And then recently also I started to do a little bit of PPC, just set aside some budget, and you never know, one click come in also can wholesale one. So it's like you don't put in anything, you will not get anything in return lah. So just try, and then of course hope for the best, but you have to keep trying and keep trying. No one likes just pumping in money and there's no leads, but you have to believe in it, then eventually it will come.
I mean, I still believe in the three quadrant that we teach in our bootcamp lah. So really it's all about lead generation, yes, but it's also about lead conversion. And that's why we do our PWC, because it helps in the lead conversion, right? You can have a lot of lead, actually getting leads it's not difficult at all, right? But of course, quality leads, and like what I heard Initials have shared about high density, but end day is about lead conversion. Yes, a lot of people are very good at lead conversion, but I mean, they don't dare to spend money lah, so they got no lead. But in the end of the day, it's also the lead follow-up.
Yeah.
Right? Not everyone is like the Italian guy that is so easy. Not everyone is like like Fu Xing, who really loan and then follow up. Wow, Jixiang caught so many years later, then close. So it's about follow up, ma. That's what Fu Xing is talking about, ma. So lead generation, lead conversion, which is your wealth creation and your asset progression, and also your lead follow up. Okay, so this is a cycle. Yeah. So back to you.
Yeah. So the lead conversion wise, yes, I actually got some leads that I'm still following up with, but then the some of the leads that initially was not very quality. I had even people come in and disturb me, like their name is like Xiaoming, Taming, and Zhongming even have. Like I don't know. Then I even have one number is actually it's a watch shop, and they told me, say, hey agent, you're all very rich. Next time you'll buy watch, call me. I also don't know how he even managed to click into the Facebook lead and actually.
Hey, I want to ask you something. My mobile number obviously is very transparent. It's everywhere. People keep using my mobile number to go and sabo on your, for example, Marcus, your ads. Then agents are all calling me.
Yeah. Is it a Facebook algorithm? I have some owners also. I mean, some clients. I called them. They said they have never even touched my ad at all. Yeah. And then they actually scolded me.
Like me. I didn't scold lah, but I
Yeah.
Called Sabo.
Yeah, Sabo or something like that.
No choice lah, huh?
Yeah. So I actually run ads for Pasir Ris 8 also, but I think a lot of people are doing that project.
I mean, maybe we can share, like you say, you run ads for Pasir Ris 8. Maybe we all can just learn from here. What went wrong or what went right lah?
What went wrong? Could be maybe the budget we did not ramp up enough.
How much do you put?
We only put about 2% 1K a month. Yeah, that kind. And then we actually paid some like outsource also lah to help us to fine tune it, to retarget and stuff. Yeah, but we do have some leads who came down, but eventually ballot number was not very good actually. So we are trying to swing them out also. Yeah, swing them out, like treasures and whatnot. But I think it's not so suitable for them. So it's also we will just hold this client and then follow up and see what's next for them again. Yeah, it's not a total loss.
I didn't hear you guys. I mean, like I like even like Ignatius and I think Avim also, right? So, I really still think that for projects pay per click is always on the. It's a better system than sponsored ads on Facebook Yeah. So Ignatius, yours is a sponsor ad on social media huh?
Yeah. So I've tried pre-launch, like Pasir Ris 8 or even Nomenta and all that. Because especially when you talk about mass market like Pasir Ris 8, right, that it's very crowded. So there are a lot of people who will do the Facebook ads, even pay per click, because the keywords that they use are very typical, right? And then you pay a lot.
Yes.
So there are people who come in with $500 per day for Facebook on these pre-launch, and they spend $3,000 or more. And then they collect leads. So their ad will be the ones that get noticed and responded to first. Yeah. And then there are those people who also use, they mimic the developer. That's why now a lot of developers are trying to put a stop to it, right? Because they create Pasir Ris, developer site or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And those usually people click because they think they're buying directly from developer. So these are the tricks that help these people get all the leads for the pre-launch mass market. So that's why for me, I go towards the post-launch and I don't go to mass market because it's less crowded there. Yeah.
But Ignatius, so this is just a belief system, right?
Yes.
But everywhere also has the people closing and the people that is not closing.
Yeah. So even you talk about Coastline, right? When I first started, right, it was quite easy to get leads. Then subsequently, as it went on and more people took notice of Coastline was starting to sell, it became more difficult to get leads because I continued to run Coastline, ads and all that. So it's just like that, where it's crowded, the chance of you getting leads and let alone good leads is greatly reduced. So that's a strategy that I kind of adopted to say, okay, I'll just focus on, they have to be good projects, obviously, but then I go towards the post-launch and not so popular ones.
Yeah, I felt either one, whether you believe in Pasir Ris 8, this kind of new launch, or you want to do Coastline or Sloan, I think number one is you must focus on it. And you cannot just hit and run. It must be continuous.
Consistency. Yeah. So actually I also found out that like pre-launch, the leads may not be so genuine also. They generally like to come down, shop, see, test the price first. Then from there, then they'll see how's the market moving towards. And they'll act. But post-launch, usually show flat has been around. They probably already went down, take a look before. And then if they inquire your ad, then it's higher chances that they are more keen and sincere in buying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. So, you've been a 2 years agent. So I was looking at the transaction. Bjorn, we're looking at the transaction. So, you did a fantastic month of Centurion, and obviously one big fat one, about 85,000 from I would say landed property sales, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. You want to tell us a little bit about this landed property sales?
Yeah. So basically, like I mentioned, when I started the Miller system here, actually I started from January. I've been distributing myself So high effort, low cost, basically. So I distributed until about maybe 5 months. Keep throwing, the leaflets and all. And then finally, this client called me.
And the seller called you directly?
Yeah, the seller called my phone directly, and then they expressed interest in actually selling their place.
Yes.
But they did mention that it will not be exclusive, and they already have on hand an agent serving them already. Yeah. Okay. So I told them that I'll come down for a discussion, and then from there I will just try first. Even though they said that they are looking at non-exclusive, I try to pitch an exclusive still, but it still didn't go through. But it's okay. Then I just took the listing. End of the day, to me, it's like if I did a good job for them, I think eventually maybe we can still negotiate some from there . Yeah. So I actually took the listing and started marketing. It was actually near where I stay. So I'm quite familiar with the neighborhood and the growth in the area. And I think I did a lot of homework on my competitors also, like what kind of price they are pricing the houses at. And then I actually do our XRX report and saw that some of the prices they're asking has been in the market for some 200, 300 days even, and cannot sell. So I told my owner, like, if you want to price at the same amount of asking as your competitors, right, be prepared to be in the market for some time, even though now we see a demand. Yeah, so I really more or less, like I already give them the rough idea on the marketing price that we should be coming in at, because I also work with the bankers to get indicative valuation and the kind of thing. So in fact, there's quite a lot of COV. Yeah, but then this buyer who inquired on Guru, I think I was also a bit lucky because he has already seen the particular area once and he missed an opportunity. So I can tell when I met him, I can tell from his body language that he show a sense of kanchiong, desperateness in looking in the area. And because I delve more into his background, finances and everything, and I found out that his parents are also staying nearby. So he actually want to buy a place near his parents so can look after his parents also at their age. Yeah,
Wait, how do you know that his parents are living nearby? You just Google his number, you can see already.
No, because when I meet him for discussion, I just had just built some rapport, and then I just asked you, actually, have you seen this area? Usually I'll ask them that, like, have you seen this area? And then they say, yeah, actually we are living nearby. Oh, then I just ask them where they're living at. So because I also stay in that kind of nearby the area, close vicinity. So when they told me where they stay, I was immediately very aware.
Okay, yeah, I got a question, Marcus, because I'm also very familiar with Park Villas.
Oh, okay.
Over there, 99 years, 2 property. Yeah. But you get 80,000 at your commission.
Yeah, so actually,
how it happened? 4% com?
I asked them to, okay, so I basically got a base price that they're looking at. So I manage their expectation, their kind of like their closing price and all. So on the day when I'm doing negotiation, I actually called up the owner and said, hey, Mr. Owner, if let's say, if I hit your base price, I'm definitely taking a chance coming down and find you . But then let's say, what if I can get something higher, like would you actually consider giving me incentive for working hard, going the extra mile. I told him, like some agents just want to quickly close the deal, get a comms, but for me, it's like I really want to try to be the highest transactor in the estate as well. And actually, I did I actually transact highest PSF there Yeah, so I told him, over the phone. Of course, at the start, he was like, how come need to share you? This is my house, like this kind of thing. If you, as an agent, you do well, the job, you do the job well, you get a good price for me. Isn't it? I should be the one benefiting it since I'm the owner. So I told him, say that, I tried to persuade him and say, it's very motivating if you can give me some form of incentive and whatnot, from there. And I tried to angle him differently. It's not, I didn't angle him such that he pay out. I angled him such that he can use this extra profit, right, to do renovation for his new place. Yeah, so I changed his mindset. Yeah, Yeah, and also on top of that, because this is a non-exclusive, I was also very eager to quickly close the deal in case I also lose out and all. So, but it went well because I already have on hand some pool of buyers in that area. And then I think, like I said, I saw his sense of desperation. So I was a bit of short of luck also. I used to squeeze it. I used his desperation to squeeze him a bit and then try to bring up his price. I sell the growth of the area, even though, yes, it's a leasehold. And then he believed it. He really believed what I say. And then he himself also agreed. It's not like I sell koyok because he stayed there. So he also know what's coming up in the near future and whatnot, Yeah, so eventually my owner told me, say that second call, I called him again to ask about the incentive. He actually reluctantly agreed, but at least he agreed. He gave me the green light on the phone. So I took the check and then I go down and I met him and then I told him about it. And then when I told him I actually gotten quite a lot more on top of his base price, he very happy, but at the same time, he kind of shit his pants because he knows that he has to give me a lot of incentive from there.
He has to double up your commission, right? It's like the commission was double, right?
Yeah, correct. It's actually double up, more or less. So he was actually really very, very pleased. So his wife was also asking me how I do it and just share with them.
How much in particular was the excess commission?
Okay, so to be honest, this was also only a 1%. 1% plus 50 sharing. Yeah. So I got 140K above his expected price.
So you got 1% plus another 70K lah.
Yeah.
So your incentive more than your commission, bro.
Yes, correct. But because because this one was a non-exclusive, so I was pitching for 2. He did not want to give. He really did not want to give. He just say one. Keep saying 1. Then I said, okay, I take 1 first lah. Yeah. So when, like I said, over time when my rapport was good and I know that I worked my way up with my offers already in hand, then I try to choke him a bit see whether he can give me more incentive. Yeah.
So I think one of the key things that we also learn over here in this example, right, is no matter what the commission is, right, we just take first already negotiate.
Correct. Always take the
1%
listing
just
first.
say okay lah.
Yeah, 1% just take. Because from there also you have direct buyers, you can also still swing them. It's still lead generating lead.
That's right.
Yeah, so don't hear 1%, then she will say no. Yeah, correct.
Open up your mind a little bit, be more wide spectrum.
Yeah, it's relationship more than comms actually. It's a long-term thing because these kind of people, they have money, they'll keep reshuffling their portfolio again or word of mouth come in. So yeah, correct. That's what I did basically to get the huge deal. Yeah.
Okay, I think with that, we have come to the end of today's.
Oh, my poor friend underneath down there, he sit down there wait very long for his sharing already,
No way, I learned a lot there. No, I actually have one question for Marcus. And Marcus, you say you anchor this seller, right? You say based on renovation. So he really buy the story of the renovation thing.
He did and actually the unfortunate thing was the other agent that was serving him, right, was the one that bring him to buy. I did not manage to bring him to buy. That's the unfortunate thing. Yeah, and then that's why I told him, since you already gotten a OTP, he got a long OTP. So he actually gotten the OTP already, and then he's committed to his new place. I really gave him a good price, and I just tell him, take it as use this to reno your new place. Yeah. He was quite happy. When he heard it, he was actually very happy. His face changed, the whole body language. Yeah, so I think next time when talk about this kind of very sensitive sharing things, use something positive to change, to divert their attention basically.
Wow.
So I also see, Marcus, you also have several transactions at this project called Botanic at Bartley.
Yeah, correct.
I think that's what you use your skill for, right? The TOP project, right?
It was my TOP project, yeah. But the sale was actually a referral for my landlord. Because I've been following up from my landlord, my 2 transactions was rental, 1 bedroom, and then like I actually asked them whether they want to sell, and then they told me, say, oh, they're actually in resident group chat, and then some of them, like auntie, quite friendly one lah. They know each other, so she actually referred me one of the owner who is actually intending to sell. But likewise, that one they also have a lot of agent and no exclusive, so I just quickly take, and that one die 1%. No more sharing already. That one told. One take, move on. But at least I close the deal. Yeah, take and move on already. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay, let's since we're talking about aunties and whatnot, can I take this opportunity to introduce to you Preeminent Group 金牌师奶杀手，就是我们的 Mr. Avim Lau。
Is that a compliment or?
I was thinking.
Hey, yep. Anyway, Avim,
Your introduction, come on.
Good to have you. You are our most senior today. They say ho liao dim dui, so you must every sharing must top it up. Okay.
Okay. I won't say I'm a senior, but I think I'm just still learning from a lot of you guys. So I joined the industry. In fact, I'm in the industry for 3.5 years. I joined in the mid-year of 2017. Yeah. So back then I was in the architecture industry. Took a leap of faith. Also went to Google to find who is in the market. Then Alex Lim popped up as one of the link. Then after that, eventually I got myself ERA, joined a team. Then I was very happy because Preeminent Group gave us a lot of platform and trainings for us to expose. And then, so long story short, I started off my industry largely based on referral, really, because back then I do a lot of overseas projects. I go Middle East, I go different countries. So I built a kind of rapport and relationship. So when I come to this real estate, it was kind of relevant to what I did previously. So I go out to share with them that I'm real estate, just hit me up if you have any
needs.
Yeah, okay. Correct. So when I started off, I also did what every agent would do. I did rental, I did HDB. Then I remember I was doing a lot of it, have closing. But then one day I spoke to this gentleman, and this gentleman really just really give me a revelation, in what I should be doing. He said that you should be dreaming bigger. Whatever you are doing right now, you are not putting yourself to the max potential. So this gentleman I sat him down, I had a coffee, then the gentleman really shocked me out. So I remember that time was Bjorn. Bjorn was telling me you should dream bigger. So that's opened a new tunnel of light for me. Then I realized that, yes, whatever I'm doing right now is nothing wrong. It's good. It's also a source of income. But I should be tapping on a bigger fishing pond. Then I start to look into bigger projects like landed, then eventually to capital markets. So capital markets, or I would say commercial land or industrial, was really a push from one of my clients. I was very reluctant to step into commercial because I realized that commercial is a very niche market, and usually people there are all they are very experienced agents. So I got a few bad experience from there, so I didn't want to step into. But it's my client say, hey, Avim, try the capital markets because I have a few portfolios there. So it was his push that got me into this industry, and then from there I start to encounter good and bad experience lah. But I feel that all the bad experience that I had just make me or just sculpt me to be more wiser in dealing with clients or landlords, such people.
Well, I also believe that, at that point of time, if you were to give up then when we had that conversation, I don't think you also have this kind of results today. So yeah, very happy for you. And I noticed that
thank you, man.
We had coffee, right? Just a few months ago. You mentioned about this shop house that you have also already.
I just got one more check for the remaining shop house, but I don't know whether it will go through. Well, so this shop house, how I got this client, maybe I'll show you the struggle. Yep. So basically, I got all these clients, mainly really of last year COVID. It really made me reflect and think, what have I been doing when this kind of pandemic struck? Then what should I be doing? Apart from all the traditional method like through mailer, do Facebook marketing, what should I be doing? So I realized that one thing that cannot lose in this entire world is called the personal touch. And I realized that I really need to go out and talk to people, sit down, have a chat with them, have coffee with them. So it was so coincidentally that I was having this drink at this Japanese restaurant with one of my friends. Then she raised up this topic. Hey, my chairman would like to sell a few of the shophouses in his portfolio. So I got this opportunity, and then I also built trust. So it took me 2 years to build his trust, because especially at their level, they are not tied down to any agent. They have a lot of agents serving them, and all of them are just hungry to take their portfolio. So I really built trust because I told them that I gave them advice which I feel other agents would probably shun away. But I just tell him that even today I don't take commission, it's really for my interest in my heart. So I feel that this level of clients, they're not looking for you to close a deal. They want to see what you're actually after. So I really very thankful that I got their trust, and then they let me handle their other portfolios. So along the way, when I got a portfolio, I also have other clients coming in, and then also have a lot of other agents trying to undercut. So this is a struggle I face. Many times, even my 2 shophouse that I closed, I also didn't do it. I didn't have it so smoothly. There was a lot of hoo-ha. I still remember one for my Duxton. I managed to swing this buyer from the Patterson Hill. So he came to see the residential. Then I bring up what other portfolios I'm doing. And then I came over. Then the next week, I went back to V-Service. And then he managed to hook up another agent, and they tried to undercut me really. So, but then again, you really have to manage your buyer, and that is where your seller really feel that he trusted you and want you to handle him just exclusively in a way lah.
So Avim, I saw, okay, so you mentioned Duxton. So Duxton, all these are commercial, right? So it's commercial, right?
Yeah, it's full commercial.
Not residential, right? Commercial.
Yeah, correct.
So I mean, why? I mean, you're trying to sell, but why this buyer buy? I mean, it's like they buy it for own use, or there's already a tenancy, and
Right, because this kind of conservation shophouse at D1, D2, to them, I mean, I classify them as the super rich or family officers. It feels like they can own multiple GCBs without paying the ABSD. So to them, that it is like gem for them. So sometimes they'll buy for own use or for holding power.
Yeah.
And some of them, they classify them as trader. So which means they buy really probably the next month they'll flip. Yeah, so I think that was their intention for all these.
So the one that you sold, is it vacant or is it tenanted?
Okay, the one I sold at Duxton Hill is a vacant unit.
Vacant,
it's super renovated. Okay. So I remember when I haven't leased it, I already got an offer on hand already.
Oh.
Then but I tell my seller don't accept this offer, although I know that they can probably just take this offer in, because I'm very confident. I mean, one thing that always struck me is if I feel very confident about product, right? I know when I know an offer is going to come in soon. It's just a gut feel. So he gave me a 11 mil check, and he said, take this check. 2 days later, I'm flying back to Korea. And then I mean, he's trying to push us for time, but I told my seller, let's not be pressured by time. If he can wait, right, he will sure come back with a higher offer. So in the end, he didn't. So long story short, I managed to continue marketing. Then in the end, I managed to get this Canadian buyer in. And then he gave us a price that was the highest in Duxton Hill already. So that was the confidence I gave to my seller. And my seller feel, wow, it's good price. And then their trust level go another next notch up.
How much higher?
Well, we got at least another 500,000 more.
Okay.
Because average there, they're transacting about 9 mil or 10 mil around this area. But I got 11.5. So I feel that it sets a very good record for Duxton Hill.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then after that, that got you a very good month, right? That Duxton alone, it's probably punching through 200, thereabout. Then there is another month you close another shop house nearby this Duxton as well.
Yeah. So another one was Creek Road. So I feel that I would say the system applies largely and also very similar landed. If you know the estate very well, you can bring your buyer around.
Same seller, huh?
Different.
Oh, different. Okay.
But because when they come in, you will know different buyer, and sometimes these buyers are also investors. So you also like what we always learn, like how to lead convert them and lead follow up. So then you build rapport, then they let you sell again. Yeah, so that was, but the Quick Road one was interesting because the Quick Road one, this buyer was a little bit, I won't say unscrupulous, but he's trying to cut the buying price low. So in the end, we also didn't accept the offer. We waited for a better offer coming soon.
Okay. And that was what kind of price range is that eventually?
That was we closed it around 12.5.
Oh wow, even higher.
Yeah, even higher, correct. So yeah, so I think that was a good one. And the tenancy is good, the rental yield is good.
Oh, that come with tenancy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean shop house, it's very, very different now. Yeah. And then your North Bridge one still around.
No, the South Beach Road. Yes, South Beach Road just got an offer check. So but I don't know. I feel like rejecting for them.
What sort of range price?
They're asking for 10.8. And now we just recently got it vacant. So it's even better because previously the rental was not very attractive.
Yeah. Hey, so this Duxton and Craig, they are all freehold?
Duxton and Craig are 99.
Oh, they're 99, yeah?
Yeah, but South Bridge is freehold.
Freehold, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, shop house are a very, very niche category lah. Like recently, I also I had a buyer. We look at a shop house at Purvis Street.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Leon.
Yeah.
So we put on an offer exactly what the owner wants, but because of these inheritance, so there's some squabbles at the back. Wow, so it's tricky.
Yeah.
So
shop house is very, very common.
So I have a buyer. You ask for how much, I give you how much, and still good. Now it's not about price. They can't manage their issues. Yeah.
It's very common. It's very common.
Yep. Too bad. But it's very interesting, interesting. So then when like I got shop house, right? That customer will actually ask you, oh, it's an old shop house. How come the one beside is already been raised up? So how can you do that? How you do the jack roof and how you do the extension? So these are very interesting.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Shop house has a lot of history and a lot of heritage. And if you're someone that loves the history of it, I think it will trigger your passion more.
Oh, since we are on this topic of shop house, just to let everyone know, Preeminent Group is currently it's going to be our project lah. We're doing one project at Chua. So my alloy developer, so they bought a whole row of shop house for about probably I can't remember, for 40-50 million, like one whole row. So they are going to do it like the residential is going to be at the back lah. So the bottom is commercial, the facade is conservation. So at the back they raise up five-story for residential. Just like Leon, where your restaurant is, the opposite how they do it. Purvis Street, I think a lot of places are doing like that lah. So it will be a new project for Preeminent Group. So I will release more information when we are ready.
Exciting times ahead, yo.
Yeah, so it is definitely very different. I mean, of course, D1, D2, where you transact, these are the gold mine. Juchet, it's a different game, right? People are still buying a different game. Yeah. So like my developer bought the whole row is as good as 50 million. That's round. It's like a GCB price. So. I mean, imagine you are the agent.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Right. Yeah. So again, very different the thing. Yeah.
So back to Avim in this sense, I mean, we understand. We were discussing earlier that this is not your first diamond. In fact, you have been quite consistent since we first met back in 2018. You said you wanted one, you went about to go and get one. Tell us, as in among the five panelists today, you have the most number of diamonds under your belt. What constantly goes through your mind when you see other achievers like yourself and also those achievers like Gina who's constantly doing it? What sets you apart different from those who just like, oh, okay, it's just another accessory? What constantly goes through your mind? What motivates you? What inspires you?
Well, I feel that because Preeminent Group, or I say ERA, in fact, they have a lot of elite achievers. So I feel that it's always achievers rubbing off against achievers. And then sometimes you see very crazy, astounding achievements like Gina, Jasmine Pang, crossing $1 million deal. And even Leon, you know, I mean, when I started off, I really was thinking, how come this guy can always consistently get different tiers of awards?
This guy is in Leon, right?
Yeah.
Someone got hair, right? You see, how come?
Yeah, man.
How come?
Right. So I feel that they definitely have something in them that they are able to possess, and it's either they go by the quantity or by the quality.
Yep.
So I mean, with the trainings from Preeminent Group, and then you understanding, you really have to do a lot of self-reflection and recalibrate your business strategy.
Yep.
Then I feel that is something that you find a niche for yourself. Yeah, so I feel that something is good because when in the environment or community where you have achievers, it's either you compare and you feel lousy about yourself, or you compare and say that, hey, I want to be like them, something that is my next milestone to achieve. I feel that is, that sets a very good direction for your business.
Excellent. That's exactly what I mean. So it's really how you process this information.
Yeah.
Well, like today we have this session of Real Talk. I really think all of you has done. I mean, let's face it. Number one, we are not Anthony Robbins. We cannot we are not professional. Sometimes it's also very hard to express yourself, right? You know, to me, what I mean, of course. So I think today you guys have done a good job, and I thought it's a very genuine sharing. But again, it's how the audience take your information in, and how they're going to replace and change the way they do their things, the way they think. And in the first place, they must also want to be watching this. So no point every day, you know, 怨天怨地 and things like that, and then you're not doing anything to help you. I think there's a couple of common things we have all in this room today, right? We are all doers. We are people who never had a easy start. Like me, myself, I also 10 months no sales when I first came in, right? So it's fair, right? Everyone had a fair chance. And it's also fair that whatever that we have done, whether you're 4 diamond or 1 diamond, it's already over. I mean, don't sit on your glory forever. Move on to bigger target, right? 一山还一山高, one mountain higher than a mountain. We compare positively for self-growth, not compare to get upset about things, right? So it's really how you position. Yeah. And Preeminent Group, it's a big group. You say it's cold, you say it's warm. It's also up to you how much you want to go and know people. Just in this room today, everyone I think don't know much about everyone, right? Like in Asia, I don't think we know you, but today we also got to know you a little bit better. And Eugene or even Marcus who just joined us from Next, right? And also Avim or Xing, you know. So I think friendship or the team spirit is really in your own hands, lah. But I can only promise you, as Kevin, I will always be there to create environment for my people. And Avim gave a very, very good example. He talked to Bjorn. Bjorn is not even his direct manager or any of his direct BD, but he took the initiative to talk to Bjorn. And Bjorn, being our co-founder, trust me, he's ever ready to inspire and talk to anyone. That's his job. So from there, see, he sparks and he planted a seed, or he sparked inspiration to Avim, and then Avim took the rest on his own, right? So you ask me what's good about Preeminent Group. We just have a lot of people for you to talk to. We just have a lot of people for you to go and learn from. It's really up to you. I mean, sometimes you cannot be expecting a top producers walking around. Hey, you are in Asia, right? You look familiar. I think maybe can I buy you a coffee and share some stuff with you? And it cannot be, right? It sounds crazy, right? So as much as this platform, we also wanted to surface out who are our diamonds achievers, and we have done so much until today, season 2, episode 4, right? And we have already interviewed all these people. And lately, you all saw, right? I don't know if you all saw, I have sent out all the links to the training videos, episode 1 to episode 2, and the whole string. So you see, knowledge is in your hand for you to watch, right? So I hope all leaders out there can help their guys to push forward, right? So a lot of things like mentioned just now, Ignatius mentioned, Xing mentioned, or in fact Eugene mentioned, or in fact Marcus mentioned, they are all in the Business Breakthrough Mastery, the BBM training that I have given to you guys. About 11 hours of training inside that video, which is over 2 days, 10 to 6. All these basic structuring are being covered, right? So of course, PWCs and all this, we need you to go through the training sort of, because you need to be guided step by step, right? So I guess training is one thing, right? Your own mindset is very important. Okay, that's what I need to wrap up. And Bjorn, over to you.
All right, so since we are coming to the end of this episode, maybe we want to actually hear from these achievers your last words. Any final motivational verses, for our followers and
motivation.
Just give us one sentence, that you lead your life by, that motivates you.
Come, Ignatius, start.
Believe that you can and keep doing it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And after this, you're supposed to type into the chat box. Chat box. Then you must put there -Iggy.
All right. Then we have Xing.
Unmute.
爱表家的呀。
Let me think. What I live by.
名字要取得对。
I would say that real estate is a long game lah. So I think
long game.
Apart from getting new leads, you focus on what you have.
Yeah.
Don't forget what you have lah.
Long game. Wow, this one make me feel I got feel. Long game. How long? Wow, 19 years. Long no, long.
Eugene, you googling for quote lah?
Huh?
You googling
I already have
Eugene's quote is tell your dreams to your CAD. He will make it happen.
That's not wrong, because yeah.
But that's true. I think I think talking to people about what you want to achieve will make you, it's like a commitment.
Yep. Burn your ship, right? Burn your ship. Yep. All right, Marcus.
Okay, for me, it's opportunities don't happen if you create them. So basically, just do it mindset lah. Yeah, you don't farm and you don't do anything, nothing will just come.
All right.
Yeah.
Very long quote. You're supposed to type it into the chat box there after just sign off. Eugene, Xing.
Right.
Huh?
Yes.
I gotta say my quote, man. Oh.
Hey, Eugene, so what's your quote?
Do something that your future self will thank you for.
Wow, bro, that one Google one straight off.
That's on my Instagram page also. That's on my Instagram also. I put it on my page.
Okay. Motivating.
Come. 1/3 of the trioxic.
Right. For me, I think it relates to me very personally. I would say it's doing it afraid. Because many a times when we venture into new grounds, we are emotionally, very fearful. But sometimes you just need to do it afraid, and then you conquer it with your bonus, your courage.
Doing it
good.
Afraid.
Doing it afraid. Very good. I like this.
Doing it afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't rubber, confirm you're afraid.
Yep. Absolutely correct. I mean, walao, go and do shop house, very scary one. These people are all notorious one, right? Yeah. I mean something that I really hear from Avim. Yeah, of course, everyone know do bigger deals and higher ticket is all definitely better. But at end of the day, in the whole ecosystem of real estate, I do believe lah,行出状元. Every quantum got a top producer lah. No doubt, yes, we look back. Jasmine closed a big piece of land. Gina closed a very super penthouse, right? That's where these millions are from. Yes, but then there is still a lot of people, doing other forms lah. All right, we all have our calling. So most importantly, choose something, make that something work for you. You want to find trouble, everything got trouble one lah. Walao, shop house, you find trouble, how so hard to do. Landed, walao, everything got walao one lah. No, if Marcus Poon can go and run all this from the gut and do something, seriously, then what is so difficult, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I guess that is how we learn from.
Okay. as the program director, my takeaway from today's episode is one, Ignatius does not let age prevent him from achieving his dreams. Eugene is one that is not scared. Don't be afraid to share and ask for help. Xing takes the long game. He plays 3-year games. Okay, he plays games, 3 years games at it. For Marcus is run, dodge, hide, replicate. Run, dodge, hide, replicate. That's your subject matter expert. Whereas Avim, my biggest takeaway from him is just do it.
Well, heck.
Just do it. I mean, seriously, he just wanted it and he just went out to do it. So thank you very much, the 5 of you. Personally, I mean, on behalf of Kevin, Bjorn, and Preeminent Group and all the attendees.
I mean, stay connected. I think, all these speakers today, they all have their Facebook and their IG and Eugene.
Yes.
I mean, you all can really, go and add them, see what they are doing, spy on them, learn from them. Bjorn and myself, Leon, we have TikToks, we have IG, we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn. Let's just stay connected, importantly on social media. Like you talk about all this strategy. This morning I posted a post. If you have not seen it, you can take a look at it. I sum up 10 steps that I think what makes a top producers. All right. I mean, you can go and take a look at that. Right. Even Leon, we all stay connected. All right. Leon, thank you very much. So I pass it to you to wrap it up.
All right. If that's all, everyone, once again, thank you very much for taking your precious time off to attend today's session. We hope you have benefited as much as we enjoyed presenting it to you. In Preeminent Group, we all, we are just all one phone call away. On behalf of Kevin, Bjorn, and all the co-founders and as well the leadership team, thank you very much.
So later,
everyone, please give them
all our speakers will do their own social media posts. I mean, if you are benefited from the heart, you can type something on their comment to thank them. That's how we roll, truthfully from your heart, because they have put in 2 over hours of their time here to share with you, right? We definitely hope you have value. So let's show it on our social media.
So we appreciate all those attendees still here. Thank you very much. Can you please give them a 222 to show them some more appreciation? Type in the chat box 222. Thank you very much. Zach, thank you very much.
Oh, Zach. Yeah.
Melvin, Lawrence, Lucas, Lynette.
So do keep a connect to our co-founders as well. Bjorn, Alex, Zach, they are all also on all social media, right? Add your leaders so that they can continue to inspire you digitally as well. Okay? Yep. Thank you very much, Leon.
Thank you.
Appreciation to you as well, Leon, for taking your time. And of course, Celine at the back, helping us with all the back end. Okay? All right. Okay. That will be all. See you soon. And season 2, episode 4 completed. Yay!
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Okay, guys. Thanks. Okay. So see you guys. Hope you enjoyed this session today as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
So, for the rest to leave.